Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's the Entrepreneurs here, and today what we'll be doing is we'll be continuing our Investing with Max series. If you guys have not watched the previous video, I highly suggest you guys go watch that now. As a disclaimer, this is just for educational purposes only, and if you guys are looking for financial advice, I highly suggest you guys seek out a registered financial advisor. If that makes sense, let's get started. Okay, so let's go here. I'm just gonna share my screen. So what you can see here, basically, yeah, you can see the charting. I'm just gonna make myself bigger. You can see RIV, LIFIS, WEED. We'll go over VLGB and ACB. We've been in the bear market for quite some time now, and it's been pretty crazy, right? So if I kind of like go to, let's say, WEED, for example, you can see just the where everything is going when it was, it hit the year high, or even the I think this might be the all-time high at one point. Then you could see here that ever since 2021 February, right, that's when we saw the downtrend, and it just kept on going down and down. And as you notice here, that I have MACD set up, so we have the 50, 100, and 200 moving average here, but that's just like an indicator of when, if you heard about the death cross and the golden cross, all that means is that, reversal trend, like long term. And what you can see here, for especially for 200 moving day average, that would be like a longer term, that you can see that it basically shows the what do you call it, the performance from like the 200 days. But anyway, what I wanted to show you guys is I want to focus on the support and resistance, because that's what we always talk about. All these other indicators is really good as well too, just to check them out to see what's going on. But let's go over RIV Capital, and as you can see here, that they did have a major, I guess not a major spike, but a pretty nice spike in the last few. So starting here. So it was getting beaten down, then it hit this new support and resistance. Then you can see there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days. Then it tried to break out that new ceiling or that new resistance, but it wasn't able to, so it was hovering around that line. Then as you can see, it wasn't able to push to that new resistance and hold that support. So what happened was on July 7th, it was a green day, it closed in a green, but the next day it dropped, right? July 11th, dropped like a rock. Then you can see that people were either taking cover and buying in, right? That's why you can see that tail there. Then after that, the next day it went down again on July. So sorry, this is the 8th and the 11th. Then after that, you saw another green day. Then it tried to push that resistance. It wasn't able to. Then now it's hovering to that support resistance. And for the support resistance for RIV Capital, we're looking at, around 69.5 or 70 cents to here. We're looking at the support at around 55 cents. Or what have you, right? And it's the earning report is coming on August 16th, right? So we'll see that the earning report, their estimated revenue is almost 1,905,000, and from there you can see that it did have a little bit of major spike based on the news on decriminalization of federal MJ in the States. So that's why, okay, you can see here that it did bottom out here, then it recovered the next few days. Then now it's, people are selling on news, right? So they were buying in rumor, so then selling on the news, and that's what you can see there. So right now, so I'm actually recording this on Friday, so the market's still live. We have still 2 hours and a half left. Or yeah, so I guess like 2 hours, so 12, 1, 2, so 2 hours and 10 minutes, right? So from there, what you could actually see is you can go see the bottom out here, and we'll see what's going to happen. Like, the more we get news about the federal legalization of MJ in the States, we might see a reversal trend, because right now it's been going down and down and down. So definitely we're in a bear market, and it doesn't help if a lot of the news right now are talking about like, hey, you know what, there's gonna be a recession at the end of 2022 or the next year, and so on, right? So people are frightful or fearful, and they are holding on to their money, and they're not investing it in the stock market. So that's what I'm seeing right now. But moving on to life is, I didn't see too much of the reaction here, like, because I believe that they're not investing in the like heavily in the US space. That's why we're not seeing a tremendous volatility. So you can see here that it did on this hit 0.35 at its low, and this was what's July 22nd, which is today. So it did hit that today, right? So it now hitting a new support and resistance. So if I grab this and I put this here, so we might see a new support and resistance where it's at 0.35 to 4 cents, right? So right now, we're at, so if I go here, we're currently at 4 cents, right? So it's hovering around that area. So not much update in here. So, and you can see here that it did hit this 50 to 100 moving average. It did cross that, right? But it didn't do too much. So it just actually went downhill there. But because we're in a bear market, so a lot of the shorts are in control, the bears are in control. There we might see a little bit of spikes there, but we really want to see that bottom out. And once we see that bottom up, we see that recovery. Weed, what we're seeing here is that it's been going down, as you can see, and you can see that support and resistance. This is the new support and resistance. As you can see here on June 29th, right? So it was at a price at 457, right? And it closed at 449. Then on here, the next day, it dropped like a rock. So it closed at 366, but it opened at 378 and low was 352. Then ever since then, you can see that it was just hovering around this new support and resistance, which is around the two. So if I zoom in here, 1 second. So you can see here around 276. Then on top of that, it's around 413, right? So we're seeing that support and resistance, so that if for some reason we can break the 413 for the resistance, we might see a newer higher low, lower high, and from here we might see a new resistance and support. So if we can break the 413, then we might see this gap filled, and once that gap filled, that would be a good sign that we might see a reversal trend. Instead of bearish, we might see bullish action and the bulls come in. So, and the earnings as well too is August 9th. So as you can see, that's coming up. So we'll see what happens there. They said that they're gonna show, or they're gonna release the financial statement before the open market. So that could be a good sign. But right now, as you can see, weed has been taking a beating. It's negative 8%, almost 9%, right? And as you can see here, the volume actually picked up around this time about the rumor of legalization coming any day now. So that's what you saw there. Then after that, people are taking advantage of that volatility and either cashing out or shorting it, right? So if you want to see a new reversal trend, we definitely want to hit that 413. And if we can hit that 413 and surpass that, then that would be a good sign to me, and maintain that, right? So if it just hits it 413, then it just goes back down, then that might be just like a fake out. But if we go above that, and after we go above the 413, we surpass that and just maintain that, then that would be a good sign to me. So if I go to BLGV, BLGV is pretty choppy. So as you can see here that it did on June 20. So you can see here on June 22nd, right, that it did hit this 0.05 cents resistance, or sorry, support, and the resistance around 9 cents. Then it's just pretty choppy, so it's just been hovering there, so not much going on. The earnings are on August 26th, and they're negative like 15% today, right? So pretty crazy. ACB followed the same pattern as Weed and Telray and all those guys. That you can see that this one dropped like a rock on May, and once it dropped like a rock, it hit a different support and resistance. Once it hit a different support resistance where it was at 213, and here was $1.50, right? $1.50 for the support. Then it just kept on hovering there. So it tried another time to hit the resistance, try to push it, it didn't work. So then after that went down, it tried another time here, second time. It surpassed it, but it didn't maintain it. Then now it's pulling back. So we'll see what happens in the next few days, because I know there's a lot of talk or rumor about the legalization federally and the bill and all that stuff, right, in the States. So we'll see how that really goes. But yeah, so if you look at weed here, so 3 days ago, this green day, if I show you the Senate scheduled marijuana here, move myself to the right. Senate schedules marijuana hearing in committee chaired by Cory Booker with legalization bill set to drop any day, right? And this was 3 days ago, so July 19th. And if I correlate that to the thing here, so this was July 20th, right, and July 19th. So that's when the news came out. So July 19th, people started seeing that. Then it basically added a lot of volume, right? So that's what probably could have got people interested because of this pretty big news. So you can see here, with the Senate bill to federally legalize marijuana expected to be introduced imminently, a key subcommittee chaired by one of the Measured Prime sponsor has scheduled a hearing for the next week on cannabis reform and the harm of criminalization. The Senate jurisdiction submitted blah, 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 Booker, July 26th for a meeting titled Decriminalization Cannabis at the Federal Level, Necessary Step to Address the Past Harm. So this is key. So July 26th. So that would be July 26th. That would be on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens the end of today to see if people are going to be jumping in. Then on Monday might be more buy-in than Tuesday. If it's good news, then that would be another step for the bulls to take over, right? And yeah, so basically just check this out. So it's talking about the bill and all that good stuff. So this is one of the major catalysts potentially that help the bulls come in. So if I go here, so that's why you saw that. Look at the volume, it started picking up, right? Then here, since it's a Friday, a lot of people are probably have their weekend mindset on. They're just like, yeah, I just want to relax, take it easy, start new on Monday. But yeah, that's what's going on so far. And if you go to Canopy Growth here, so you can see people talking. So you can see Insider Green Star Canada Investment Limited Partnership. So yeah, so that took place. So that's completed now. And then any news causing the jump in cannabis, then people were saying, yeah, it's probably this one here that caused it. Then Canopy Growth to report first quarter fiscal 2020 fiscal result. And it's the quarter 2020 financial. So August 5th. So we the Wall Street bets crowd to trigger a gigantic short squeeze here. Ooh, okay, we'll see that. About 4 hours ago, somebody said that. So anyway, I'll quickly share my bearish account here. And you can see that I'm currently down overall 83 and 83.66%, almost 84%, right? So my unrealized gain for this account, you can see is 12,620 and 26 cents. Life is, it's been beaten down. Right now, it's currently at like 4 cents. So that's the major portfolio here in this account. And Rev Capital, it's down almost 50%. And we'll see what happens. We're at the bearish market right now, so we'll see if we can see that reversal trend, because if we can, that would be good. We want to start making money and cashing out that cash, right? But we'll see what happens, because there's a lot of fear in the market right now. People talking about recession, people talking about the market is gonna collapse, all that, scary stuff, right? So if you have any questions, definitely let me know, direct message me or comment down below. And until next time, take care. See you later.